All right, welcome back to Tenacious Sports. I'm your host, Tenacious Earl. So we are in the midst of the early phases of a new Tenacious Baseball League. And when I say new, I don't know if anybody had watched the live stream that I did about a week or so ago. You will have heard more about what happened, but suffice to say, I wasn't real thrilled with. I'd had a bunch of recent projects related to baseball, which had the Red Sox, Yankees, and Mets involved, and I just kind of got tired of those teams being on my tabletop so much that I kind of scrapped it all and decided to start from the beginning again. And so this is another APBA Master Game project. I had actually just recorded one, and I had hoped to be able to use it, but I had some feedback issues and stuff. So I've done some testing. It should be fixed now. So we're going to get into this game, which is game 12 of the project. This is the second game between the Los Angeles Angels at the Washington Nationals. And so we've got Dan Herron going for the Angels, a solid right-handed pitcher, and John Lannon for the Nationals. So the other thing about this project that I decided that I preferred in some other projects I've done is kind of building the roster evolution. So these teams are how the teams would have been in April of 2011. And as we go through every 3 series, the rosters will change. I have some ways to use the data culled from Baseball Reference that I can pull out how the positions were utilized with players, and to try and build the rosters and teams in a way that are pretty realistic for each team as they progress through the season. So that means that players, let me see, for instance, let's see, who do we have here? Do we got one right off the top? Well, I don't have one. Oh, right here. Jerry Hairston with the Nationals. He ended the season with Milwaukee. He was traded. But he's going to start with the Nationals, and that's how we're going to do this project, is evolve the rosters. I'm using the Stratomatic usage rules, where there's some roles and stuff like that. Of course, these teams had an off day right in the beginning of the season, so we could basically choose anybody that's available. Everybody's available because everybody's been rested, but who's on the 25-man roster. But anyway, before we get going, if you're a fan of tabletop sports and want to see more content, subscribe to the channel. You will get updates whenever we post new videos in your subscription feed. You could also hit the little bell, which I think would notify you when we're going live or anything like that. Also, if you could like the video, especially if you're a fan of APBA. So let's get into, I'm going to show you how I'm going to set up the roster. And again, since this is a game coming off of an off day, I'm probably going to go with a pretty straight up how they would field their lineup most of the time based on who the pitcher was, the handedness and whatnot. Although I'm not following that. I'm not following the batting orders exactly. I'm kind of building that the way I like it. So anyway, here we go. The Angels and the Nationals at Nationals Park. This is June 5th, 2011, and here we go. All right, so we are not in any need of any rest rolls or anything like that. So we're just going to build this out as we would. So the Angels will be facing John Lannon, and so we're going to use, since he's a lefty, we're going to use a relatively right-handed lineup. So we'll go with Jeff Mathis, since he started most of the games at catcher. Borges will go into center. He's a right-handed center fielder. Ibar, switch hitter at shortstop. Callaspo is switch hitter. He's going to play at third. Kendrick righty, Trumbo in right field. Actually, no. Let's see. Trumbo, first base. My bad. They squeezed him into right field in Baltimore, right? Abreu, we're going to see if we can hold him out. Although we could use a sparing left-handed hitter occasionally here, but his splits against lefties are not so great. Vernon Wells in left field. Torrey Hunter, another righty in right field. So we can pretty much go with those right-handers, and then it's just a matter of, okay, what do we want to do? We could go with Brandon Wood. So Willits, Reggie Willits, he doesn't play very much, and his stats are not great. You have Asturis, and Asturis. Yeah, we'll stick with Abreu. Actually, I'm going to look at my little algorithms here. It's mostly Abreu. We're going to hold off subbing out Abreu until he has an actual rest role he needs to fulfill. So since we're not doing that, let's see. So Game 1 went to the Angels. I'm going to take a look at the score sheet from that game, and we're going to build the lineup pretty similarly. So we're going to lead off with Borges. They won that game, or excuse me, am I? Oh, Washington won that first game. I think I might have said Los Angeles, but Washington did. So, Borges did go 2 for 4, so let's keep him up at the top of the lineup. You know what? We'll use pretty much the same lineup. We can go with the philosophy that we're not going to make any big changes until it goes haywire. Although I would say they had 7 hits in that game, but let's keep going. So Kendrick, Callaspo, Trumbo, we're just scattering in the switch hitters just so that when it comes up time. All right, so then we'll go Abreu after Trumbo, Vernon Wells, Mathis, and Torrey Hunter. So that will be the lineup for the Angels, and now it'll be the Nationals against a right-handed pitcher, so that should be pretty standard. Hairston will play third. Mike Morse in left. Zimmerman will be DHing. Even though he's probably better at third base, I think maybe he was dealing with certain injury issues that were keeping him. So right field, Worth. Espinosa second base. Ramos behind the plate. Ankiel in center. Adam LaRoche at first. And Desmond the shortstop. So we're going to go with pretty much an unchanged lineup from that 2-1 victory. And so it's going to be Hairston and Morse. Pretty much the way I pulled them off of the... I'm going to stick with that. Zimmerman, Worth, Espinosa. Espinosa went deep in that game. Ramos, Ankiel, LaRoche, and Desmond. This will be more... I hope this would be a little more... informative when I have a game where there's been a day of rest, or where there's been no day of rest. So that way we have to do the rest rolls and do some platooning or man management, let's say. But I'm gonna drop away here, and then I'm gonna fill out the score sheet, and we'll get going with the game. Okay, so we are all set. I've got the score sheet ready to rock and roll. And we're going to go here with some APBA Master Game. These two teams in real life, relatively evenly matched, I would say. 80 wins for the Nationals, 86 wins for this Angels team. So it shouldn't be a surprise that it was a close game, the first one, with the Nationals just getting the good result there in the win. And I had to go find my reading glasses because my eyesight's... Well, you saw they were on earlier in this video, but I had to go and take care of something. And while I did that, the glasses vanished. So it's going to be John Lannon taking the mound first. He's finishing up his preparations, and we're ready to go with Peter Borges. Game 2 of the series. And starting off with 44 on his card is 8. And so with Lannon being a 9 and a lefty, that's +2. So it's going to be a 7 with an 8. So that is a single for Borges. Over the head of the shortstop, and it's going to put a speedy guy on first base. And so that brings up Eric Ibar. And his D rating, Borges, D steal mean we will not steal with him until there's 1 out. Double check. 1 or 2 outs. So Ibar up, runner at first. We're just going to go ahead and see what comes of this roll. 15. That's 11. And then he is a -8 for the lefty. So that's going to be 17 with the 11. And that is going to also be a single. So that's going to be a single to right. So Borges, he's going to try to get to third, right? So let's see, 40 right fielder Worth is 36, and Borges, his running is 18. So 36, 20. So it's 8. So 18. -40, 30, it's 22. But they're going to what we're going to say is they're going to throw to second, keep Ibar at first. So Borges will take third with no throw. First and third, nobody out. So infield will play back for Howie Kendrick. First and third. Hoping for double play, and they'll let in a run to get through that. 54. That's a 32. Let's see. That's going to be checking the right fielder. That's Worth, who is a 3 rating. 21. That should be. Let me just get my chart up here. Outfielder 3. Yeah, so 21. That's a fielding 1. So that's going to be 49 minus the, what was it, 18, correct? It was 36, so 49, 30, 29, 30, so 31. 31 to 36. And they're going to throw to second to keep Ibar at first. Ibar is going to hold. It's going to be a sac fly to right field, and that will score. That'll make it 1-0. All right. So this could get a little complicated here. I want to have a scoreboard, but I also want to have, let's see, how does this, okay, yeah, I can keep dealing with that. So 1 out now. And I shouldn't put sac, I should put SF for sacrifice fly. I-bar at first will be Alberto Callaspo. To the plate. One down. 25, that is an 8. Callaspo, that's going to be 11 with an 8. And that is a single. Line drive to left. Runner's going to hold at second. And that's 3 hits already in the inning against Lannon. So that's going to bring up Mark Trumbo, the power hitter. First and second, one down. They're hoping for a ground ball double play here, something of that effect. 44, though, is going to be an 8. So, and with 10, that is also a single over the second baseman. Callaspo will hold at second. I-bar, he's almost certainly going to score. What's I-bar? He's a 15. Yeah, 15. Center field is Ankiel with a 38. Oh boy, 38, 28. So it's 23 minus 56. So that's 33. Again, they're going to throw into third base to keep Callaspo there, so no throw. And that's an RBI single for Trumbo. 2-0. Angels offended by that last game, losing out. Their ace Weaver only gave up 2 runs, but he took the loss. So it's still first and second with 1 out, and it's going to bring up Bobby Abreu, the veteran lefty. 21. That's a strikeout. Lannon gets him 2 away, brings up Vernon Wells. 2-0 your score. 31 is going to be a rare play check. So let's do the rare play randomization chart that I use. 22 goes to 36. Rare play first and second. All right. And I said 38 and then 25, right? 36 was what it was. 36, 25, that's 10. Shortstop. So the shortstop is Ian Desmond. He's an 8. We're going to roll 8 and 44. That's a 2. Single infield hit to shortstop. Runners advance 1 base. So this is going to load the bases. And Lannon is teetering on a huge inning here. Base is full, 2 outs. Brings up Jeff Mathis. Can the Angels break out a big inning here? Or will he finally get a guy out? Lannon, 64. That's a strikeout. Gets 2 strikeouts in the inning, but 2 runs across on 5 hits. And got 3 left on base. So big inning, relatively big inning for the Angels, but they wish they could have gotten more. We'll be right back with the Washington half of the first inning. Okay. Heron spotted a big lead again. So the Angels facing this lineup for the Nationals. It'll be Jerry Hairston Jr. at third base, Mike Morrison left, Ryan Zimmerman, the DH, Jason Worth in right, Danny Espinosa second base, Wilson Ramos the catcher, Rick Ankiel the converted pitcher to center field, Adam LaRoche first base, and Ian Desmond rounding out the lineup playing short. And Dan Heron gets spotted 2 runs right off the bat. Let's see if he can come through here. 13. That's an early walk issued by Heron. So they get Hairston on. Brings up, oh, went the wrong way with it. Actually, what I could do is I could probably put the pitcher up here. All right, so Mike Morse to the plate. Excuse me, let's just go ahead and see what happens. 64. Strikes him out. 1 down. Brings up Ryan Zimmerman. Still the runner on first. 36. Okay, that's a 33. Check the third baseman. Let's see, is it it's a K, so he's not a K. So check third base. That's going to be Kyaspo with 4 and a 35. This moved somehow. 4 and a 30. So that's a 2. Okay, so line drive out. Yeah, pop to third base. And now, I think with 2 outs, now behind by 2 runs, in theory, he shouldn't run. So we're just going to hold him there. Jason Worth up at the plate. Runner on first, 2 outs. 16 is going to be 28. Shortstop, Ibar a 9 and a 24. That's going to be a 1. What did I? What was 28? Okay, it's grounded to short. We'll just say 6-3. Have him go a long way. No runs, no hits, and 1 left. Okay, so to the second inning we go, and I forgot to move the cards. I was busy trying to set something up to be a little more convenient, and I got distracted, but that's okay. We are going to get Lannon out there again, and here is Torrey Hunter. 8 men to the plate in top of the first for the Angels. They have a 2-0 lead. And Torrey Hunter. That's a 32. That's a fly ball into right field. That will be a catch made by Jason Worth, 1 away. Jeff Mathis, 41. That's 28. It's a grounder to shortstop. Ian Desmond throws to first for the out. That's 2 outs. Wait, what happened there? Mathis would have been after Wells. That's not the way it goes. So what did we roll there? That was a 28, right? 16 probably. So what is that? 16, 28. So that's the same thing on Hunter. Okay. So Hunter, wait, so that not Hunter, 16, so Borges as well. All right, good. Forgot my, misaligned the cards there. So now Eric Ibar with 2 away, nobody on. 66, that's a re-roll on the 0. 63, that's a 6, so let's check the 6, and it's 9 minus 8 is 17. That's going to be a double. Second hit for Ibar, and that puts a runner in scoring position for Howie Kendrick. 2 outs, 45 that's going to be a walk, so Lannon getting into some trouble here. First and second, 2 outs. Alberto Kyaspo with a single in the first inning. Helped keep it going. So 43, that's going to be 29. Back to the pitcher. and we're going to have the pitcher go to first base 1-3. That's going to end the inning. So no runs in the top of the second on 1 hit and 2 left on base. They have 5 left on base so far in this game. Okay. Brings up Danny Espinosa. 41 will be 28. That will be a grounder to short. Ibar gets the out. 36 is going to be a 33. So we'll roll on second baseman Kendrick. He's an 8. And a 21. That'll be, I believe, a pop out. Heron's a Y, so that's a strikeout. So 2 away. Second strikeout for Heron. Brings up Rick Ankiel. And he strikes him out. That's 3 now for Heron. And we go to the top of the third with no score. Okay, so Trumbo with a single in the first inning. 36 is going to be 33. There's no adjustment, so let's go ahead and roll on Espinosa. That's going to be a pop out to Espinosa. 1 down. Bobby Abreu, 63. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. Catch is made by Ankiel. 2 down. Vernon Wells. 36. That's another. Let's see. That'll be a pop up again to Espinosa, and that will be it for that half of the third. Lannon settling in. Heron already has been pretty settled in here. Just the 1 walk so far. And Adam LaRoche comes up, 35. Okay, that's rare play roll. So let's roll on this rare play randomization. So 39. Base is empty. Rare play. 39 and 51. 17. So that's going to check third baseman. Third baseman is Cayaspo, a 4. 4 and 52. That's going to be 3. First and second on a wild throw. So LaRoche will get all the way to second, E5. Cayaspo throws wildly. That may be the opening that the Nationals need in order to get back into this game. Ian Desmond up. Runner at second. 36. Well, that's going to be a walk. Wait, let's see. Yeah, with the runner on second, that's a straight up walk. So first and second with no one out. Top of the order, Jerry Hairston Jr. 64, and he gets him on strikes. Big out there with Morse at the plate. The double play is in order. 51 though, 8 and 13. Okay, that's going to lead us to 26, which is the second baseman, which is going to be Kendrick. That's a 62. Well, that on an 8, that'll be a fielding 2. That's infield fly. Runners hold. Pop out to the second baseman, Kendrick. So that's another big out. Nobody can move up, and that's going to bring up Ryan Zimmerman with 2 on and 2 away. And here it is, 55. That's 8. And against a righty, that's -3. So that's 15. 8 and 15, that is 34, and that's going to be a pop out to third base, and that's going to end the inning. So a couple of big outs there getting Morse and Zimmerman to pop out there to end the third. And they no hits, but they leave 2. We're going to go to the 4th inning. First game of this series, a low-scoring affair, and this one's staying that way. 2-0 is your score. Brings up Jeff Mathis to lead off here in the 4th. 42, and that's 13. Well, that'll be a strikeout. Second strikeout of Mathis for this game, and the second strikeout by Lannon. 1 down. Torrey Hunter flew out to right field in his first time up, and he's going to hit a fly ball into center, and that's going to be caught by Ankiel. 2 outs. And Peter Borges to the plate. 63. That's another fly ball. This time a little further to Ankiel's left, but he is going to field it, make the play, and there's another 0 on the board. No runs, no hits, no errors. Lannon sits him down in order for the 2nd inning in a row. All right, so Jason Worth facing Heron. 61. All right, this is another rare play chance. Let's roll on the... So it's 15. That's 36. So let's go bases empty, rare play. 36 and 23. That's 30. So it's foul ball. So I have to check. I have a homebrew chart that I need to check, but first I need to make sure that you get a... What's this roll going to be? 2? Okay, so no rare play. It's just the foul ball original. If it's 5 or 6, there's some additional stuff that goes on. So Worth still at the plate. 16 is 28, and that's going to be a grounder to shortstop. And Ibar throws to first, and that's in time. 1 out. Danny Espinoza. That's 30. That's going to be a fly ball out to left field. It's going to be Vernon Wells out there who gets underneath that for the grab. And Wilson Ramos up. 66. That is a 1. So it's 12 minus 2. So 14 on a 1. No adjustment. That one is gone. That makes it 2-1 as Ramos with a solo shot. Get that one on the board there. 2-1. I guess I forgot that. Okay. And now Rick Ankiel. 16, 28. That's going to be grounded to shortstop again. Ibar throws to first, and they get a singleton on 1 hit and leave nobody. We're going to the 5th. 2-1. First hit of the game allowed by Dan Heron. And here we go with top half of the 5th. It's going to be Eric Ibar leading off. 16 is 28. That's going to be a grounder to short. That's 1 out as Desmond takes it on a couple hops there. 53. All right, this is going to be a check of somebody. We do a randomization of the rare plays as well. So 25 goes to 18. So 18 is the shortstop. And this is going to just be an error on the shortstop with nobody on. So E6, that's going to be Desmond. So runner at first. And where did Kendrick's... Wait, Kendrick, he just was up. So Kai Aspo now. 64, he strikes him out. 2 down. Trumbo, who is 1 for 2. Kendrick on first. What's his steal rating? E. ahead by 1 with 2 outs. Yeah, he's going to try to steal. So Lannon is a +1. Ramos is a +1. So we're going to subtract 2 from Kendrick's steal, which is 27. So 25 would be his steal number. That's going to mean 51 or less, and he gets a stolen base here. It's 54. He is thrown out. Caught stealing. That's a who's up at the because it's 2-4, and that will end the inning. So Trumbo will come to the plate in the 6th. No runs, no hits, 1 error, but nobody left on the caught stealing. Wilson Ramos with the great arm on display here. So Adam LaRoche facing Heron. 26 is going to be a grounder right to the first baseman. That's going to be Trumbo, who takes it straight to the bag. That's 1 out. Ian Desmond. And 64 is a strikeout. That's a 13. 2 down. Top of the order, Jerry Hairston Jr. looking for a base runner. That's a 0. We'll re-roll. 65, that's 7, and then what do we got? So 13 and 7, that's going to be a hit. 2 out single for Hairston. And then the F designation on the steal is only after the 7th inning. We're in the 5th, so he does not try to steal. It's going to be Mike Morse with a runner on first and 2 away. 16, that's 28. That's going to be a grounder to shortstop. He's going to take it to second. And that will end the inning. So no runs, no hits, and 1 left. To the 6th we go. 2-1. Visitors on top. Rolling right along here. We got Trumbo, who was at the plate when Kendrick was nailed on the base paths. So Trumbo with a 41. So that's 24. That'll be a grounder to shortstop. Easy play made by Desmond. 1 out. Bobby Abreu. 0 for 2 so far. 25 is going to be a 9. With a lefty adjustment, that's going to be 15 on a 9. And that's going to lead to a single. There is a little gap in that matrix there. And he hits it. So runner on first, Bobby Abreu. And it'll be Vernon Wells at the plate. 21. That's a 30. That'll be a fly ball to left field. That'll be caught by Morse, and retreating to first will be Abreu. That brings up Jeff Mathis with 2 outs. Abreu is an E31, so we'll take 2 away. 29. He's definitely going to try stealing here. 55 is, or less is the number, and he is in there for the stolen base. He slides in under the tag. Now let's see. We've got this wild throw number. So Ramos being a 7, we get 1. So we re-roll if it's a 32. And it is a 32, so that is a wild throw. He's going to get... let's see. I believe he gets 3rd in that case, correct? Just want to double check here. Base stealing. No, we need to go to the wild throws. Safe. The wild throws must be checked. Result of the wild throw. Dice must be rolled 1 more time. Then look under the applicable base situation for wild throws to 2nd to 3rd. Oh, okay. So we need to go to wild throws to 3rd with runner on 2nd only. Oh wait, Wild throws to third. Wild throws second with runner on first only. 52. No advance. So Abreu will stay there at second. Mathis at the plate with Abreu on second. 2 outs. Can he get him home? 64. That's a strikeout. That's the third strikeout of the day for Mathis. And the side is retired. No runs on a hit. And that runner was stranded. We're going to go to the bottom of the 6th. And we're going to have to start thinking about a sub for Lannon. Lannon he's up to 26 batters faced. So, let's see. The 2 that were used last were Coffey. We used Storin to get the save. We're going to get Tyler Clippard up, warming for Washington. And Herron, he's still in pretty good shape here. He's going to face Zimmerman, leading off the bottom of the 6th. And a 41's 24. That's going to be Grounder shortstop. And Ibar throws to first in time. 1 down. Jason Worth. 2-1 the lead for the Angels. And that's a 51. That'll be a walk for Worth. With 1 out, I think he's going to try and steal second. So he's got an E, and they're down by 1. I'm pretty sure that's a go. So 33. Mathis has a 0. Herron has a 0. So you've got pretty much just needs to avoid, what is that, 66, 65, 64. Got to avoid above a 63, and that is in there for the stolen base for Worth. And then let's check on Mathis, who is an 8 and a 3. So now, as long as it's not 22, and it's so no wild throw there. All right. But now Worth is at second for Espinoza. .23 is a strikeout. That's a big out for Herron. Sees his way out of the inning. Although Ramos at the plate, he's the one that went yard in the 4th. 2 down. Runner at second. That's a 26. That's a grounder to first base. And that's going to be... well, let's see. With the runner on second, it is... Let's see. Who is the first base? Trumbo 3... 51. Yeah, that's going to be the 3-1 ends the inning. So no runs, no hits, 1 left, Worth. We're going to go to the 7th inning. Still 2-1, Angels on top. Looking to try to even the series at 1. Lannon, his day is done. It's going to be Tyler Clippard. So, just coming back after figuring out the stats, Lannon with 6 innings pitched, gave up 2 runs, both of them earned on 7 hits with 5 strikeouts. But it's going to be Tyler Clippard coming in, and he can only be boosted up to... Oh, wait, no, he can't. He's starting the inning. Never mind. So, starting out with a 20 rating, so that's about the best a pitcher can get in most situations, I feel like. Really tough to see anything else. Herron, let's see, he's going into the 7th, and he hasn't given up. Oh no, he did give up a run, so I think that nullifies any boost he could get. So Torrey Hunter, the 9 hitter, 53 is going to be a chance at an error. Let's randomize the error choices. 44 is 20. It's going to be second base, and this is just going to be a straight up error. It's an error on Espinoza. So runner at first, with nobody out. It's going to bring up Peter Borges, top of the order. He's going to try to bunt. It's basically going to be sacrifice, and that's 11. 11 on Borges is 0, so we got to re-roll. 62 at 6. on a sacrifice. That's going to be a 5-4. Gets him to second base. But, man, we passed up a good opportunity there, huh? All right, so runner at second, 1 out. Those are the chances you take, right? 12 for Ibar. It's 25. Check second baseman. That is Espinoza. He is an 8 and 31. That'll be fielding 1. Line drive. Pull right. Let's see. Let's take a look at this. I assume nobody is pull right. Branyan would be, but he doesn't play till later in the season, so no. So it's just a line out to second. And Hunter stays there. So now 2 outs and Howie Kendrick at the plate. 56, that's 34. Second base. Again, that is going to be 8 for Kent. Oh, wait, no. 8 for Espinoza. And 51. That's going to be a fly out. That's the end of the inning. Or wait, no, that's a K. That's a strikeout. So that's it. Strikes out. Clippard strikes out. And Kendrick, and that ends it. So no runs, no hits, and 1 left. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. It's the stretch. Uh-oh, what did I do? Let's see. Go right there, like that. Okay. Brings up Heron. Back out there for the 7th. 2-1 is your score. Slim margin. It's going to be Rick Ankiel leading off. 14. That's a fly ball to left field. That's going to be caught by Wells. First out of the inning recorded. Adam LaRoche. He is 0 for 2. Reached on an error. That's 25. He will walk. And now the Angels will proceed to get some pen action. It's going to be Rich Thompson. Runner on first. It's going to be Ian Desmond at the plate. LaRoche, pretty slow from what I can remember of him. Yeah. No thought of stealing here. 65. So that's going to be a 35. Let's see. All things considered, that's going to be a foul out to the catcher. That'll be the second out. And Hairston comes up. I think they're going to give one more batter for Heron here. 2 outs, 24. That's 29. Back to the pitcher. That's going to be a 1-3 put out, and that retires the side. So Heron threw 7, a good 7 innings for him. Only has given up 1 hit, the solo homer. Nationals leave a guy stranded again. We're through 7. It is 2-1. Angels on top, and I think that might be it for Heron in this one. So Thompson again warming up, and I think he's going to come in for the 8th. Although, you know what, we might switch that up. I think we will. I think he's going to sit down. They're instead going to get, let's see, who? Kiaspo, yeah, Trumbo. Yeah, let's stick with Thompson. Thompson's going to be the one that's warming up. He's a righty. They're going to face righties, although I think Kiaspo might be a switch hitter. Wait, what am I talking about? Not Kiaspo. Morse. Yeah, righty. Zimmerman righty. Yeah, definitely. All right. So Clippard's done. I didn't get anybody up and warming up, but we're gonna get Sean Burnett. He's a lefty. Kai Aspo's a little worse against lefties, so we'll just go ahead and stick with that. So I'm going to do the stats real. All right, so it'll be Sean Burnett facing Alberto Kai Aspo. Leading off the 8th, 16. That's a strikeout. Oh wait, I'm looking on the wrong card. 16 is 28. That'll be a grounder to shortstop. So 1 out. Mark Trumbo. 23. That's a 30th fly ball to left field. Doesn't get enough of it to clear the yard. Makes the catch. Does Morse. 2 outs. Bobby Abreu. That's a 16. That's another grounder to shortstop, which will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Burnett gets his job done. Now we'll be moving to Thompson in the game. All right, so in the game comes Thompson. The only blemish on, 2 blemishes on Herron. 1 solo home run by Wilson Ramos and 4 walks conceded, but he mostly got through those, and it's now on to Rich Thompson facing Mike Morse, leading off the bottom of the 8th. 34. That's a fly ball to center field. That will be caught out there by Peter Borges. 1 down. 42 for Zimmerman. He strikes him out. 2 down. Brings up Jason Worth. They sure could use a big hit from him. That's 22. That would be 8. 14 minus 1. 15 on an 8. And that's going to be 32. That'll be a fly ball to right field. Does not get enough of it. That's going to be it for the inning. We're through 8 innings. Going to the top of the 9th with a 2-1 lead for the Angels. And they'll be at the plate. Burnett is used up, and they will go to Chad Gaudin. Nope. Not the best pitcher in the world, but they're they don't want to use Storin here. They could use, I guess, Slayton. They could use Coffee again, but I think they're just going to try and get through this with Gaudin. He does have an X, but he also has a W. So 1 inning pitched for Burnett. Let's just keep streaming this guy right here. And it'll be, wait, what did I do here? Put those on the wrong one. All right, Vernon Wells. Righty versus righty. 55, that's a 9. And then against a righty, Wells is -6. So 2 minus 6 is 8. So 8, or 9 and 8. And that's going to be a 33. Is he a Y? No, he's an X. So that's going to be well, let's see which one. 63, that's going to be a pop fly to the second baseman, 1 out. Jeff Mathis up. Nursing a 2-1 lead. 36, that's another 33. Second base. He's an 8, right? Yeah, Espinosa, that's 33. So that's going to be another pop fly to second. 2 down. Hunter. 64 strikes him out. That'll retire the side. We are going to the bottom of the 9th. Slimmest of margins. And it's going to be Jordan Walden, coming in to try and save this for Dan Herron. Okay, well, it's going to be Jordan Walden looking for the save here. And it's going to be a tough one. He's got Danny Espinosa leading off. 46, that's a strikeout. That's a big out. First out of the inning. Wilson Ramos, who has already done damage in this one, could he get a second one? Tie it up. 45, that's a walk. Tying run on base, winning run to the plate. Rick Ankiel. What's going to happen here? 42. That's a strikeout. Big strikeout. That's 2 down. And they're going to pinch hit for Adam LaRoche. They're going to use Lance Nix in here. All right. Ramos. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to pinch run with Bixler. And let's see, Ramos is right there. We need to get him onto the bench. Bixler, they're not, let's see, are they holding him? They're not going to make a throw. Defensive indifference. So now it's going to be up to Nix with a runner on second. 2 outs. 43. That's a 29. Back to the pitcher. That is going to be your ball game. Well, let's see. Back to the pitcher. It's not back to. It's down to the first baseman. 51. Walden is a 1. And 51, so that's going to be 3. It's going to be a 3-1 put out, and that is your ball game. So that's your final score, 2-1. The reverse score of the first matchup in this series. As Dan Herron pitches 7 innings and is going to get the victory in this one. We'll be right back with the stats. 2-1 Angels over the Nationals. Runs each record to 1. All right, so here is the box score. 2-1 is your final. I misspoke about the Nationals earlier. There were 2 hits given up by Herron. But so 2 runs for the Angels on 7 hits. They did have an error. They left 7 on base. Also leaving 7 are Washington. 1 run, 2 hits, and 2 fielding errors. The win goes to Dan Herron, the loss John Lannon, each of those getting their first decision respectively, and a save to Walden. Not a perfect 9th, but close enough. Player of the game is going to be Dan Herron for pitching 7 innings of 2-hit ball. The Angels offense gets two runs out of their first 2 hitters, and that's it. They just hold on tight, and that's how this one progresses. So, pretty interesting game, and really came out to be a pretty quick game, actually, for the most part. So, that's where we'll leave this one. So, Tenacious Baseball League 4.1 is well underway. We're a dozen games in, and this series still has a game left to be played on the 6th of June, 2011. There'll be other games coming along here. I don't know how my recording schedule will be as far as which games I will put on the channel here, but we'll try and work through every team over the next several weeks. So, again, thanks for watching here on Tenacious Sports. Obviously, like, subscribe. Let me know if there's any game that you have on your tabletop right now that's just that you can't get off of there, that it's just so fun and exhilarating, and that you have a project going, whatever. Just let me know, and we'll keep working in some golf, some football, etc., etc. So thanks a lot for watching. 2-1 your final here from Nationals Park. The home team drops 1 to the Los Angeles. The rubber game will be on Monday at Nationals Park, so not sure if that'll be one we show here on this channel, but until next time, just keep rolling your dice and having fun with whatever game you're playing. See you soon.